What's up, people? Mike here, and this is the Order 1886 Hard Difficulty and Collectibles Guide. This is Chapter 5. I cut out the whole beginning part of this chapter where you rappel down on the outside of this aircraft, or this airship, since it's pretty simple and just didn't see the point of including it. But when you actually get to the actual content of the chapter, if you go to the right there, that's one of the objects that you can interact with for the collectibles. And then we have the first real hacking in the game. I tried to be fancy there and catch both of them at the same time, but I went and fucked it up, so but once you finish that hacking, that's when we can move on. And this is when they actually introduced the proper stealth kill mechanic. Basically, if you sneak up on a guy, it'll give you a button prompt to hit triangle at a specific time to initiate the stealth kill. Then if you do, I think it's like 7 in a row. It's either 7 in a row or 7 stealth kills. I can't remember. You get a trophy for it. If you accidentally go and fuck up and die, the progress still counts, because when I think it was on this chapter, on my first playthrough, I think I ended up getting killed and my progress still counted, if I remember right, but I could be completely wrong about that. I wanted to cover in this room, but you don't need to, because there are 0 enemies in this room. They are in the next area, so I'm like sneaking around here trying to find the guy, but there's no one here. Just goes to show that even though I already played through this once, I was completely forgetting where I was in the game. But when you come into here, you get a little cutscene where you see a guard go into that room, and you just have to run up to here, and you basically just have to throw a smoke grenade into this room, and then you get thrown into a quick time event to deal with the people in the cockpit of this aircraft. It's always square, circle, and then triangle. It never differs. It's always the same. It's always the same sequence of them. And once they're down, then we just have to make a run back up here. And then when you come up here, then there's a guy in this room. I was thinking too far ahead, because I remember there being a guy in this room, but it's after you come back up here from taking out the guards in the cockpit of the aircraft. And more hacking doors. Um, and it's a very simple hacking mechanic, but I, I like it. It's not too complicated, but it's just just enough of a process that you can make it work. Uh, Now this next room, apparently you can get through this room without actually killing these guys, because of the way their paths go. You can pretty much just get through this area to the door frame, the doorway that you need to go through, without them being alerted to you. But I just decided to kill them just to be on the safe side, because if they get alerted to you, it's an instant fail, and it restarts you back to before you come into this area. And I didn't want to be like at the doorway and the guy that's in this part of the room randomly all of a sudden seeing me, and it send me back to when I first come into this area. So I just found it easier to just kill the guys and not worry about them. But that really does it for part 1 of this chapter. Part 2 of this chapter is when we have the real firefight in this chapter.